How's everybody doing this morning? Come on, this is a studio audience. I need a little noise. All right. Question 1, could the interns have any less rhythm? I don't think so. Sorry. Okay. We're going to change it up a little bit. We've never played To Tell the Truth on Sunday morning, so that's what we're going to do today, as you can tell behind me. For those of you that are a little older, you probably remember this. For instance, Dwayne Fair sitting over here, he probably remembers this show. Did you get as excited about this as the Fireside Chats from Roosevelt when you were listening to the radio? Okay. I knew they were probably pretty close, so I'm sure that's right. So anyway, to tell the truth, what we're going to do is we're going to bring out 3 contestants. One of them will be the real dude, which means maybe somebody that's had a big event in their life or maybe a strange occupation. And the other 2 are imposters. So I will call someone down from the audience to ask some questions to the 3 folks to see who is the real deal. Everybody understand how we play? You will in a minute if you don't right now. Let's meet our contestants. First out, contestant number 1, please.
My name is Johnny Periwinkle, and I have a passion for flowers.
All right, contestant number 2.
My name is Johnny Periwinkle, and I have a passion for flowers.
And contestant number 3, come on out.
Oh, my name is Johnny Periwinkle, and I have a passion for flowers.
Okay, give him a big hand. There's our 3 contestants for today. All right. Now comes the fun part I always enjoy, is calling on someone to come down and play the game. If you have your head down between your legs right now, I will probably call on you, so do not do that. If you, let's see, who's scared to death? Travis Stevens looks scared. Come on down, Travis. Give him a hand. Travis is going to play. Right over here, sir. Now, as you know, I never call anyone down to embarrass them or make them nervous, right?
Of course
not. Okay, good. I've helped you out a little bit because we're going to ask some questions of these guys to figure out who the real Johnny Periwinkle is, right? Since I'm kind of putting you on the spot, I've actually prepared some questions for you. So as long as you can read a card, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's start. Question number 1 right here on this card right here. You can take this one. I'll go get another. Here we go.
All right. Number 1, we all know red roses represent love, yellow roses represent friendship, but what about white roses?
Well, white roses, excuse me for a minute. White roses means that when a young lady gives them to you that they think they're not man enough for you. And that's what happened to me one time. A young lady sent me white roses because I wasn't man enough for her.
Sorry we asked.
Because I love flowers. I have a passion for flowers.
Go ahead.
Number 2, what about pink roses?
Pink roses? That's an excellent question, Travis. Pink roses symbolize elegance, femininity, and refinement.
Okay. Let's see what number 3 has to say, Trav.
Number 3, what about purple roses?
Purple roses, I think, represent the other 2 contestants not being man enough to keep their women.
Okay. Let's move on to the second question, Trav. This is for contestant number 2, it looks like.
Number 2, give us some tips on how to keep fresh cut flowers from wilting so fast.
Good question.
That is an excellent question. Travis, one of the things that you really have to know first off is that when you make fresh cuttings of your flowers, make sure you use a sharp knife. You don't want jagged edges on your fresh cuttings. Secondly, you want to make sure you use room temperature water. Travis, cold water would put your flowers into shock.
I've heard that.
And cause early necrosis. Which in layman's terms is just browning of the leaves. And then next you probably want to put in some few drops of sugar water, maybe even an aspirin to give your flowers something to have, just to nibble on.
Okay, contestant number 2. That's a great answer. Let's see what number 3 here Travis has to say.
Number 3, we all know that cattle lilies are the most popular flowers for weddings, but could you give us any concerns you would have with this choice?
Any concerns with calla lilies there, contestant number 3, for a wedding choice?
What are those again?
Calla lilies.
Calla lilies. Very fragile. Short-living. Not a good representation of marriage.
Okay. Excellent answer. He knew something about that.
He did.
Let's go to number 1.
Number 1, a beautiful flower garden requires nutrient-rich soil. What nutrients would you say are most important to ensure success?
Lots of duty would be.
Fertilizer.
Plenty of fertilizer,
Yeah.
plenty of poo, lots of dew, you know, and however you can get it, you know. You
Okay, number 1. That's enough, number 1.
You may have to make your own. I don't know.
Okay, now I think our last question will actually start out with number 3, and I think they all had the same question on this last one, looks like. Okay, go ahead, Trav.
All right, number 3, can you tell us about the specific time in your life or the moment when you first realized your love for flowers?
It probably started with my childhood babysitter. She was a retired florist. And it probably ended today.
Number 1, same question.
I think it probably went back to the time when I was in high school, when all the other guys were out playing ball and playing football and basketball. I was in my garden with my mom, and I found, you know, that's how I first got started in it. Well, you know, I feel really less of a man for telling you that.
Thank you, number 1.
Number 2, same question.
That's an excellent question, Travis. Well, as you know, Travis, I grew up on a dairy farm. So my love of flowers began there. I remember one day after school, I was out in the lot getting the cows up for the afternoon milking time. And as I was walking, I noticed this beautiful, wildly growing bunch of daylilies. They're so beautiful. Orange and yellow and just mixed in. I just loved how they were growing there, just free. And then Susie, one of our cows, came over and started eating the daylilies. Excuse me. I'm a little verklempt. It was at that time, Travis, that I knew I must make a stand for all flowers. And so I made it my charge from then on to make sure I would dedicate my life to growing beautiful flowers for the world to see.
Thank you, contestant number 2. I think. All right. Now, Travis, this is the big, important moment in the show. We have to figure out who the real Johnny Periwinkle is. And I'm going to give you a little help. Audience, let's hear it. Who do you think the real Johnny Periwinkle is? Shout it out. 1, 2. Okay. Travis, it's all up to you now. For the big prize, who is the real Johnny Periwinkle, do you think?
I was thinking number 2.
Number 2. Okay, well, let's see. Let's find out. Would the real Johnny Periwinkle please stand up? It is number 2. Congratulations, Travis. You've done it. And just for winning today, let me see what I've got from the Dollar Tree. Okay. You've won a ring pop, and actually take 2. They are small. Thank you, contestants. Thank you, Travis. Give him a big hand for playing along.